So we have some giant news here in the world of the media. We just witnessed the largest settlement in media history. Now, this is just a absolutely devastating outcome for Fox News. I'm talking, of course, about the Dominion lawsuit against Fox News over their repeated misinformation and disinformation about the rigged election, stolen election, stop the steal type stuff. Well, Dominion sued and said, this is defamation. Not only are you wrong, you are lying and doing it on purpose, and it has hurt us as a business, and we can prove it. So we were about to enter day one of the court proceedings. And at the very last second, Fox News cried uncle. Now, some people have mixed feelings on this, and I understand that. We're going to get to that in a little bit. We'll discuss that in a little bit. But first, let me give you the breakdown. So this is in Mediaite. Apparently, the lawyers for the Dominion side says, we're not done yet. Dominion attorney says some other people have accountability coming after massive Fox settlement. So the way I read that is, they might sue other public figures who are very vociferously denying the results of the election and smearing them by name. Now, there's also another angle to it, which is there's an even bigger lawsuit that's proceeding against Fox News. This was the Dominion case. There's also the Smartmatic case. Smartmatic is, of course, one of the other voting machine companies. And they said, hey, you're lying about us, and it's nefarious. It's on purpose. And I think it's like $2.7 billion they're asking for. Now, in this case, the Dominion people were asking for $1.6 billion. What's the final result? What did they get in the settlement before going to trial? They got $787.5 million, and they got Fox News to do a mealy-mouthed apology as well. Okay, so let's read some of this here. Actually, let's listen to the Dominion lawyers first, just to see what they have to say.
Hi, Stephen Shackelford with Sussman Godfrey. I am so proud to be here today representing Dominion. It's a great day for the company, although a bittersweet day for the company. As I was preparing today to give the opening that I never got to give, I was reminded of the hell that the Dominion employees went through and continue to go through to this day. Money is accountability, and we got that today from Fox. But we're not done yet. We've got some other people who have some accountability coming towards them, and I'm very proud of the team from Sussman Godfrey that has worked tirelessly for this case, and we'll move right on to the next one. Thank you.
Did you get an apology from
So the media there is asking, like, hey, man, did you guys get anything more than the money? And the answer is, I'll read it for you in a second. It's like a mealy-mouthed apology where they semi, they semi, I don't want to say apologize, there's semi-accountability, but then they also go on to suck themselves off and be like, and we are an institution that still believes in fact-finding and truth. So now, the Dominion people may have been referencing One American News and Newsmax as well there, but it might be a little harder to make the case against them because under threat of litigation, at least one of them, I don't remember if it was One American News or Newsmax, actually had to come on air and basically do an apology and say, yeah, none of that stuff is true. And they did it. And so that might actually, get them off the hook. So let me get to the Fox News comment. I guess that's in this article. How much did Fox's election lies cost the largest media settlement in U.S. history? By the way, every article is saying that. I'm not exactly sure because I don't know why they're not counting the Alex Jones settlement, which is more. I mean, maybe because that's a civil case and this is a criminal case. I'm not exactly sure, but $787.5 million, to put that in perspective, is worth about 10 times what the Dominion company was worth up front. To show you how big that is. And it's like more than half of Fox News's operating budget for a year. So it's certainly not chump change. It really isn't. Now, here is the Fox News statement. This settlement reflects Fox's continued commitment to the highest journalistic standards. We are hopeful that our decision to resolve this dispute with Dominion amicably instead of the acrimony of a divisive trial allows the country to move forward from these issues. So in other words, that's, please, don't hit me. Fox has admitted to telling lies about Dominion that caused enormous damage to my company, our employees, and our customers. That was from the CEO of Dominion. But here's the part that's like the semi-mealy-mouthed apology. We are pleased to have reached a settlement of our dispute with Dominion Voting Systems. We acknowledge the court's rulings finding certain claims about Dominion to be false. Now, again, some people wanted to see this go to trial. I understand that. Some people wanted to see the penalty be more. I understand that too. But let's not miss the plain face reading and interpretation of what happened here, which is what? Fox News was absolutely terrified of a court proceeding, all the truth that would come out, and they thought they would actually lose. So that's why they were like, whatever you want. We're crying uncle. Whatever you want. What do you want? What are you willing to settle for? Let's negotiate. Let's make a deal. Let's figure this out. $787.5 million, and acknowledging that the things that were said about Dominion were false. In no uncertain terms, that's Fox News admitting the narrative of the opposition is correct. In other words, we lied repeatedly, we lied nefariously, we did it on behalf of Donald Trump, we did it because we were audience captured and we were feeding the base whatever they wanted to hear, and we knew it wasn't true, and we didn't care. We didn't care. So this should make anybody who, watches Fox News or even occasionally watches Fox News and takes some of the stuff they say there and is like, yeah, maybe that's reasonable or whatever, throw it all out. Because now beyond any doubt, truth is not their main concern. They're not doing the news. They're not doing information. They're not being educational. What they're doing is parroting a narrative and running with it. Hey, what are our talking points today? What is it that Trump wants us to say? What does the Republican Party want us to say? What sort of nonsense culture war stuff are we shoving down people's throats? This is how they function. They are absolutely a propaganda arm, and they won't even state the obvious. It was obvious to everybody at the time, everybody who knew anything about the election, that no, of course this election wasn't stolen. Biden won it by 7 million votes. And you think it was stolen? He won it over 300 electoral college votes. And you think it's not even close. Even if you grant the Trump people many of their bogus claims, even if you grant them, that still wouldn't get Donald Trump to over 270 electoral votes. They were just wrong. They were taking conspiracy theories from right-wing blogs, from total psychopaths who think Hillary Clinton has a body double. And they would run with it. They would run with it. So this is without a doubt, guys, an admission. It's an admission. And in a world that made sense, this would destroy their credibility. Now, by the way, allow me to make this point too. Remember how YouTube, going back a couple years now, they decided, well, let's pump out authoritative news and let's suppress independent news. Now, why do they do that? Because they feel like we don't know what the independent people are going to say. We don't know what the new media people are going to say. They're not an institution. They haven't been around for a long time. But definitely the trustworthy people are the institutional, traditional news outlets. CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, all those, those are all good. Well, with this case right here, there's an admission. We were lying every step of the way. We were lying and we didn't care. Now we have to pay out $787 million because of that. So is that going to knock Fox News down in the YouTube algorithm to make them less viable? I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, by the way, see, that's how it works. It doesn't matter how good of a job an independent media person does. They're never going to get promoted in that algorithm, and vice versa. Doesn't matter how bad of a job CNN or MSNBC does with peddling Russiagate nonsense. Doesn't matter how bad Fox News does with spreading this rigged election nonsense. They're still going to be in that top level category, and that's a shame. That's a shame, and it's wrong. It is just flat out wrong. It should not be the case that they are viewed as legitimate news. Now, so again, some people are saying, I wish it went to trial. Why? Why are they saying that? Well, they probably wanted Fox News to have to pay the full 1.6 or 1.7 billion. Now, here's what I would say. That was never going to happen. That was never going to happen. Why? Because there's this strategy that's used in these sorts of cases. I believe it's called anchoring. I might be butchering that, but I think that's what it's called. And the idea is ask for a sum of money that you're never going to get. It's the idea of shoot for the stars and you might reach the moon. Let's ask for something that we know is extreme, and then that'll be like the opening of the negotiation, and then we'll meet somewhere which is way above and beyond what would really make us happy. You know, they probably would have been happy walking away with like $50 million, and they're walking away with $787.5 million. So you're never going to get that money anyway. But people wanted to see, understandably so, all these Fox News hosts have to take the stand. All the producers have to take the stand. They wanted to see what else do they have that they found in the discovery process. What other, internal DMs or text messages do they have? I think Fox News realized this is going to be so immensely embarrassing to us. This is going to spark, nationwide mockery that we just can't risk it. We got to give them whatever the hell they'll take. Really, whatever they want, we'll give it to them. Because from the leaks we already had, we knew, oh man, Fox is in trouble. Why? Because you have people like Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham admitting they know this is bogus. They knew it. You have Tucker Carlson calling Donald Trump a demonic force, saying, I hate him with a burning passion. You have them going after the top conspiracy theorists who are whispering in Trump's ear, saying, of course we know this stuff isn't true. And then you juxtapose that with what they were saying on their shows at the same time, and you realize every single one of these people is a liar. Every single one of these people is playing a character. And it would have been beyond devastating. It's already been beyond devastating. But look, again, the fact of the matter is, I don't know how much this is going to make them go down in the ratings. It doesn't look like it's having much of an impact, though, to be honest. And that's kind of embarrassing. Because, again, anybody who even follows the news mildly, right? You read one publication once a week and just skim through it. This should be a devastating blow to Fox News. Because this is, again, forget evidence. It is proof. It is verification. These people are totally and utterly full of shit. Totally and utterly full of shit. So, overall, I get being torn on it, right? Like, I understand people who want it to be more punitive, make them pay more, expose all their dirty laundry in court, all of it. I get all that. But fundamentally, I think this is still a pretty conclusive decision. $787.5 million. You don't do that if you're not guilty. You don't do it if you're not guilty. And your mealy-mouthed apology is the best you were ever going to get from Fox News, right? We acknowledge the court's rulings, find certain claims about Dominion to be false. Ooh. So, there you have it. Don't trust a goddamn word coming out of there, man. They're telling you, don't trust a goddamn word coming out of there. This is from their mouths. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.